Hello, welcome to my blog. So in May, I decided to write a theme because that's what I channeled and what has come through. And this month of May, we are talking about karma and karmic patterns. So when I channeled this a number of months ago, because that's what I do, is I tune in to the soul of my business and through the Akashic records, and I look to see what can I do to support you, my community, at this time. So we have a masterclass coming up on Wednesday, the 29th of May, for you to release your karmic patterns and karmic cycles. But I want to do some teaching and some awareness through my videos, through my YouTube channel, and through my community and my blogs, so that I can help you understand exactly what karma is. Now, some of you might actually know what karma is, right, on a deep spiritual level. But karma, this is all about unlocking your soul's lessons and transforming your challenges into growth. So a lot of people think karma is what you put out, you get back. Absolutely, it is that, right? 100%. But it is actually working with one of the laws of the universe. And if try and switch your thinking to, instead of like karma and all the drama, think of it as you are working with the law of cause and effect. What you put out, you receive back. It's like the law of magnetism. You attract the same energetic frequency of what you are. So what you put out, you receive back. So have you ever felt that you are playing out the same negative patterns in your life day in, day out? It could be through things like your relationships, relationship issues, right? It could be health struggles, it could be career blocks, and it's the same thing time and time again, right? This is a karmic cycle, what we call a karmic cycle. And sometimes we are trapped in that karmic cycle. And while we're in that karmic cycle, we can have that feeling of being victimized. It can be a light karmic energetic cycle, and it can be a heavy karmic energetic cycle, okay? But it is recurring themes. So have a pause and have a think. In your life, where have you been playing out similar situations time and time again? A lot of people have this in their relationships, right? They split up with a partner, and for some reason, they manifest and they get into a relationship, and it's great at the beginning, but it turns out to be the same type of person that they are connected with, right? I've seen this time and time again in friends' relationships, in clients' relationships, and even in my personal family's relationships as well. It's like we actually say, oh, they have a type, right? They keep attracting the same type of person, right? They are learning a karmic lesson. So it can also happen within your health as well. You know, it's like you're constantly having to work on this type of illness, this type of disease, this back issue, this shoulder pain, etc., etc., the migraines, okay? And it repeats and it repeats, and it doesn't matter what you do, there is a karmic cycle, a karmic lesson that you are here to overcome and learn something by. So it does go quite deep. And the way that we look at this is that we can tap into your personal Akashic records, and your personal Akashic records will show me over your lifetime as a soul what are the repeating lessons that you are here to overcome and learn by. So while it's easy to feel victimized by these recurring themes, a real deeper perspective could just change your life. The understanding of karma. So for me, right, I used to struggle with migraine time and time again. But it wasn't until I started researching in my Akashic records that I understood the lesson that I was here to learn. And actually, you know what it was? It was about honoring myself and real self-love. So I actually used to manifest my migraines because that was the only time that I felt myself, my body, could have rest without guilt attached to it. So, you know, everyone's going to have personal lessons that they are learning, but the karma is the repeating thread that links it all together. And that's within the Akashic records, okay, your library of information. It's an amazing place to hang out in, right? So when we uncover the karmic threads that weave through our lives, we can explore what our karma is, because karma is actually our greatest teacher, and it helps us to understand those pesky challenges, which are actually a blessing in disguise. Okay, so karma is, as I said, the universal law of cause and effect. It's like gravity, right? You can't change gravity, unfortunately. I do try, okay? But the law of cause and effect states that every action, every thought, and every intention sets off a vibrational ripple into the universe, eventually returning to its original source. I'm going to explain that again. The law of cause and effect states that every action, every thought, every intention sets off a vibrational ripple into the universe, and it eventually returns back to source, who created it, the exact same frequency. Now, remember, karma is not about punishment. It's about looking at the essential balance of energy. So if you're receiving back from the universe, from people, from places, from situations, something that needs to be addressed, we look at you first. That's the first point of call. So this is where it's going to get interesting on our clearing karma, on our masterclass and teaching and mentoring on the 29th of May. There'll be links in underneath so that you can sign up for that masterclass as well. Now, if we are putting out to the universe energies of love, of kindness, you know, higher frequencies, you are going to receive back exactly what you feel. And this is really interesting when we work on businesses. So I do a lot with entrepreneurs as well. And, you know, for me, when I am creating my blogs, when I'm doing my YouTube video, when I'm doing stuff in my community, holistic spiritual community, when I'm doing my masterclasses, right? When I am writing blogs for my website, when I'm actually looking at my services, my images, anything to do with my business, right? I make sure that when I am creating, that I am in a good state of energy. I'm a good frequency. Because when that person, when you watch me, like today, you will feel the energy that I am creating this with, right? And in fact, before I got on to doing this video blog, right, I changed my room around, right? I've cleared my altar. I've just changed the energetics of the room. So you will be seeing this with new, fresh energy. I've been working on myself recently, and I have been clearing really old programs and paradigms ready for a good shift. You know, I walk the talk. I don't just teach this stuff. I actually eat, sleep, and breathe spiritual practices. So I know that today I needed to just have an energy shift within the room, because when I'm talking to you and I'm working with this karmic energy and explaining karma, I want it to go out, because I'm talking about karma, right? I'm talking about the law of cause and effect. I want the great energy to go out to you, understanding what karma is, so it comes back to me on a really nice frequency. So when you act from love, it creates positive karma, because you know what? There's positive karma and there's negative karma. So if you create from fear, from stress, from, oh my God, I need to create some money to come into my business. Oh my God, I need clients. Oh my God, I need to meet a man because, I feel lonely and I feel, sad, right? When that goes out to the universe, right? That comes back to you. So I want you to really think over this next month, what frequency, what vibration are you putting out? Karma is ultimately about learning soul lessons as well. So last month, back in April, I did releasing soul contracts. So that really set up for success, ready for the karmic one. So if you would like to have access to the masterclass on clearing soul contracts, which can help us change our relationships to others and to ourselves, there will be a link under this video where you could go and purchase the lessons and the teachings around that. So let's talk a little bit around decoding your karmic challenges. Now, in the blog and under this video, I have put a quiz so that you can understand exactly what you're going through and is it a karmic lesson that you are going through at this time with your particular challenge. So how do you know if you're facing this karmic challenge? Here's a few clues. Repeating patterns, like I said earlier. Do you find yourself in unhealthy relationships? I see this, I have seen this in a friend of mine time and time again when it comes to their job. So they move to a new company to work for, right? And everything is swimmingly. They absolutely love her and can't get enough of her. And she's amazing. She's a really good saleswoman, etc., etc. And then this woman always has difficult relationships with their manager, right? Deep down, it's an authority wound, right? And she's a friend of mine, right? And she doesn't come and have work with me, right? Sometimes I have to draw the line that they're my friend, they're not my client. And I sort of mention every night now and again, oh, you could have that healed, but it's an authority wound, right? That she is learning a lesson by. And every time, and it actually, what's interesting? It actually has a certain time frame, and it's normally between 6 months and 2 years that this shows up, right? So that's quite interesting as well. I've never had their permission to go into their Akashic records. So this is just me noticing patterns that have gone on. I've known this person like literally all my life. So, it's been really interesting to watch and learn by. So, repeating patterns. Is there anywhere in your life it's like, oh, Groundhog Day, not this again, not this again? And if you're a healer and you understand this concept that I'm talking about, and I know it will spark your imagination, right? It will just start to I'm like coding you as I'm talking to you, right? So you'll be like, oh my God, that, oh my God, that. And what you will be thinking is, I've not this again. Oh, this is another layer for it needing to be healed. Oh, this is another layer. Oh, it's like onions. A lot of spiritual healers will say, oh, there's always layers to it. It's karma. It's cause and effect. Go into your Akashic records and change that karmic pattern. So you can't change your growth lesson. No way. You still have to grow and evolve. But what you can do is that you can change the energetics around what that growth lesson is. This is where it gets really, really powerful and it gets life-changing. So, for instance, if we take my friend that has the issue with the manager, it becomes quite nasty, it becomes quite toxic, narcissistic, and there's obviously a lesson under there to look at. So instead of it becoming nasty and toxic and narcissistic, the person she still needs to learn a growth lesson, right? Whatever that is personally for her. But let's remove the narcissism, let's remove the nastiness, the toxic and stuff like that. And let's change the energetics around so that she cannot feel that she's in this karmic drama, right? Of feeling powerless, that she can still learn her lesson a beautiful, kind, loving, and easy way. So it will change the energetics and the lesson around it. So if you've had someone say to you, oh, you know, it's another layer, please look at karma, all right? And let's change the karmic energetics around that for you. It might be, right, that you haven't gone into your Akashic records and marked the karmic lesson and the karmic debt and stamped it, you know, like I stamped them in the, I stamped the files, right? So it's been learned, it's been changed, you know, because that's like a good spiritual practice, right? Of going into your Akashic records and whatever karmic lessons that can be completed and the karmic debt repaid and the energetics changed. Your spiritual guides, right? My spiritual guides tell me what I can and can't do energetically within your Akashic records. So it's repeating patterns. Unexplainable triggers as well. So if you suddenly feel, oh, that you've been triggered, there's anger, there's sadness, and it seems that it's coming from nowhere. This could be residued from a karmic wound. If you feel stuck, right? I do see a lot of people time and time again within my community, and they're like, oh, this and oh, that, and I'm really feeling this and I'm really feeling that, right? We need to do some karmic clearing. We need to clear some energetics around you, right? But they can feel in that energy of hopelessness. So your karmic loop, your karmic energy could be bound with you that you're feeling hopeless. So if you feel hopeless, and as I said, you know, it ripples and goes out, I can't move forward, I feel hopeless. That goes out into the universe. What comes back? Exactly the same thing. So you need to start changing your language. This is one thing that's really interesting, and I see time and time again. And I see other people saying to them, change your language, right? Your language, you're locked, your words create spells. Your words are very powerful. Your words are an energy frequency that goes out to the universe, and the universe understands energy. Okay, your voice is sound, it's vibration. It can make or break things. Okay, if you scream loud enough, you can break glass, right? Look at an opera singer. So your words have power. Sometimes your voice chakra, your throat chakra, can have karmic karmic energy stored within it. Okay, this is very much so that where women talk a lot, men as well, right? But I work with women, where women constantly put themselves down. I had this for years, right? And they talk to themselves very negatively, right? That is also karma that needs to be released. So view karma, your karmic lessons, as a blessing, because it's showing you what can be changed, what energetics can be changed, and that you can break those destructive habits. So look at forgiveness. So forgiveness is really, really key when it comes to clearing karma as well. You know, sometimes we need to do deep work, but if you want to feel empowered, right? Because I am an empowerment coach, right? So I do like my clients, my community, to be able to work on themselves as well, right? It's really important. You know, I'm not here to get you in a place where you're locked into me that I'm saving you, right? I've been around, I've been a client of healing, and I was in that karmic cycle, right? And it's not healthy. So I am here to do everything I can to help you and teach you that you can take action and you can feel empowered to do your own self-healing. So one of the things that you can do is forgiveness. So a lot of people like do tapping, write a love letter to themselves, send it out to the universe, etc. But I do have a really good forgiveness healing inside my complimentary meditations. So if you're new to my world and you want to dip your toe in, right, go and try the forgiveness healing, right, on yourself, because forgiveness sets yourself free. It gives you freedom, because when you are not forgiving yourself, you are holding on to resentments that keeps binding you to the past. And then you understand, with forgiveness, forgiving self, you understand how the power of karma to forgive and let go, you're forgiving, you're letting go, goes out into the universe, comes back, right? Sets you free. Okay, I'm just going to read my notes here. I want to get to the point where we're going to do this quiz. So if you haven't grabbed a pen and paper and you're listening to this, right, pause it, come back later, or just in a mental note, just take note of whether your answers are going to be A, B, or C. All right. So at this present time, I want you to think of possibly a situation. All right. But when I say the question, and the quiz is at the bottom as well, so you can read through it as well. And also send it to someone, right? This stuff is really, really interesting. If you've got friends that you think, oh, this is so-and-so, right? I might even send it to my friend. Maybe. She'll be fine with it. So what is your karmic situation? So question 1, and you're going to answer either A, B, or C. When facing a challenge, what is your first response? Your first response is to A, blame yourself completely, blame others for what happened, seek insight into your role, but you don't really feel that it is entirely your fault. So are you A, do you blame yourself completely? B, do you blame others for what's happened? Or C, do you seek insight into your role, but you may not entirely feel that it's completely your fault? Okay, so you A, B, or C. So question 2, recurring themes in your life make you feel. Recurring themes in your life make you feel A, hopeless, and a sense of being the victim. B, anger and desire for revenge. We've all done it, even me. C, curious and determined to learn the deeper lesson. Okay, so are you A, B, or C? Okay, question 3. Forgiveness is A, impossible for you because you're hurt badly. B, something you do to keep the peace, but you still hold the resentment. C, it's essential, even if the other person doesn't deserve it. Okay, question 4. You view difficult people in your life as A, reminders of your own flaws you need to work on. B, annoying obstacles to your happiness. C, they're karmic teachers, even if their methods are harsh. Question 5. When things go wrong, you tend to A, ruminate on them for weeks, focusing on what went wrong. This actually is quite, there's a lot of anxiety around that. B, you take action to fix it immediately, regardless of the emotional cost. C, you reflect, you seek solutions, and you also prioritize your own self-care and wealth and well-being. Question 6. The idea of past lives, A, fascinate you and you feel intuitively true. B, sounds ridiculous and impossible. C, is something you're open to but you're unsure about. Question 7. Do you believe your thoughts and intentions have a direct impact on your reality? A, Absolutely. Your mindset creates your world. B, not really. Action is what matters most. C, sometimes, but you feel external forces or factors play a bigger role. Question 8. When you think about karmic lessons, you mostly feel a sense of A, fear and dread about what else might be coming. B, indifference. It's like just how life works and you're out of control. C, empowerment to make positive changes and that shift in your path. Now, if you could change one thing about your past, would you? A, yes, any mistakes is a source of deep regret. B, no, everything happens for a reason if it's only to learn from. C, only if it involved hurting someone else and causing them pain. Your belief about soul growth is that life is inherently painful and growth is only in response to that pain. B, true growth requires stepping outside of your comfort zone. C, life offers both joyous and difficult experiences so that the soul can evolve. Okay, that's the end of the quiz. Just tot up whether you've got mostly A's, B's, or C's. So if you have mostly A's, you may need to work on self-love and taking accountability. If it's mostly B's, watch for the anger-fueled actions that create more negative karma. So you're in a karmic loop. Mostly C's, you're on the right track to transform your karmic challenges. So let me know what you've thought of this quiz. I'd love you to share it with me. I hope you've enjoyed this video blog today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I would love to invite you onto the Clearing Karma Masterclass on May the 29th, Wednesday the 29th, that's 7 p.m. AEST. There is a replay, so it doesn't matter if you're watching this after the specific date, and if you can't make that date or time, you will have access to the replay. All the links are below so that you can sign up and I can take you on this journey of change and transformation with your karma. So I will see you all next week with another karmic lesson to learn. So take care. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you all very soon.